Joe Rogan is, perhaps somewhat surprisingly, not getting on to the whole Donald Trump Epstein cover-up thing. It's a couple weeks in. He's been critical of him before, but many of those right-wingers in media or whatever have since come back to Donald Trump. They're helping him out. They're covering Russia hoax, all that stuff. But not Joe Rogan. He's sick of Trump's gaslighting. Is actually calling it out. Take a look.
These guys that are all involved in this they've been around for a long time, and they have this mentality that existed before the internet, where you could just kind of put stuff out there, and you wouldn't have all these psycho sleuths out there that are going to go over everything with a fine-tooth comb, especially guys who are tech wizards who can look at the metadata and he can figure this kind of stuff out.
This feels like and just looks like that one of those handful of conspiracies, again, you go to JFK or whomever, that's just going to hang around. Right?
This is a line in the sand.
Yeah.
This one's a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Because this is one where there's a lot of stuff about, when we thought Trump was going to come in and a lot of things are going to be resolved.
Yeah.
We're going to drain the swamp. We're going to figure everything out. And when you have this one hardcore line in the sand that everybody had been talking about forever, and then they're trying to gaslight you on that.
They are actively trying to gaslight you on that. And it's been very tough because the entire thing about the metadata and the video and everything has been very suspicious. Well, today it got way more suspiciouser. It's the suspiciousest it's ever been. Now we're gonna give you that update. Reminder, keep in your mind what Pam Bondi said about the tape when they put out the raw tape that was anything but raw. The video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that? There was a minute that was off the counter, and what we learned from the Bureau of Prisons is every night they redo that video. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, to show that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein. Again, that's it. You said, hopefully. So she went looking to show that every video is missing the minute. You'll notice no update on that after literally weeks. Importantly, there is an update though, just not from her. No, every video does not miss 1 minute, and it wasn't 1 minute. It was 2 minutes and 53 seconds. And there's a source in the government, CBS News, to their credit, considering they bowed down to Donald Trump with the Paramount thing and all that. They have a source in the government saying that there's a copy of that video that has all of it in there. It was not necessarily missing. It's there. They chose to stitch together two different parts that they then ran slightly fast for some reason, as we'll get to. They chose to do that, but the actual video is there. And they are not releasing it. And I don't know if when Joe Rogan said what he said in the video, he was aware of that. But when he does, that's just gonna be gasoline on the fire, because Rogan has been really focusing on the video. I think a lot of people have, because it feels just so classic cover up.
Totally.
It's like the last minutes of Contact or whatever. It's like there's 4 hours of static, and it's like, oh my God, that's mind blowing. And so I feel like Jodie Foster. I often do, but I especially feel like Jodie Foster now. What do you think?
First of all, you would make a great Nell. Jodie Foster is a fantastic comparison to you. Can I be honest? It was cut with Adobe. They didn't even use a sophisticated way to do it. They just haphazardly put two together. Again, my father, the attorney, has always taught me this. Tori, the lie is bad. The cover up is so much worse. It smells to high heaven. There's a minute here, there's not a minute there, but there's always, what are you saying? And let us see the frickin' video.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, it reminds me, John, I don't know, you're very young. I understand that. You're a baby. I understand that. But it reminds me of the Nixon Watergate when the secretary said, remember those 18 minutes were missing? And she's like, I would have to have done this to have made that 18. I must have done this for 18 minutes and erased it. We still talk about that because it's ludicrous. And as Joe Rogan said, this ludicrosity, I don't know, that's not a word. It will continue because these missing minutes of back and forth, you're making this smell so much fishier to us. You are giving us nothing but more incentive to find out the answers. So this missing minute only adds to us wanting more. So it just keeps getting worse, the cover up and cover up. Again, I just don't believe, and I'm saying it wholeheartedly, that he committed suicide. I have a very hard time with this, and you're making it a lot easier for me to believe that with all these missing minutes and the Adobe and the, it's just It doesn't add up, and it smells to high heaven of like the Seattle fish market in the middle of summer.
Our metaphors are all over the place on today's episode. And they're mostly, I really feel bad for the brunch crowd listening to this podcast, but
So sorry.
But it does stink, okay? We can see it, Joe Rogan can see it. None of this is good for Donald Trump.